Mackenzie.
I'm Sarah.
And we are a Shire Thing.
So today we are doing a writing tag that was started by Jenna Moresi.
Yep.
It's called the Naughty List writing tag. I'm so excited for this. If you haven't heard of Jenna, it's in December. It's time to go discover her. We're going to link her below, her original video, her channel in general, but she's also the author of The Savior's Champion. This is a dark adult fantasy that's pretty much a mix between The Bachelorette and Gladiators.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's incredible. If you haven't read it yet, make it part of your in December and go pick it up.
So, kind of the prerequisites of the Naughty List is that we're going to explain to you a couple of our current works in progress. I say a couple of because Sarah has a lot and I have one. But what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little bit of background so what we say about the Naughty List makes a little more sense. And then we're going to answer the questions of the Naughty List tag with the characters in our works in progress that would be most likely to do that.
Yes. All right.
All right. Tell me about your Norse book.
My Norse book. So originally I was going to go with a different story because there's a wider cast of characters, but as I was filling out the answers, I kept thinking of my Norse novel. I have 3 that we'll say are in
I think that's fair. Work in progress.
Work in progress. They're being edited and such. Also, we're in a writing group together,
Yes.
so we are very much aware of each other's characters and things like that. And she's very much aware of my Gemini ADD nature to be like, and I'm going back to work on this one for a minute because I'm in the mood. So, anywho, my Norse-inspired fantasy takes place in a fictional Scandinavia. The main character, Thora, is the daughter of a Jarl. She has to leave home in order to help her clan, and a whole bunch of drama happens along the way.
A whole bunch.
So what about your story?
So my story is about a woman named Kala, and she is both a mage and a doctor. And when magic and the practice of magic becomes outlawed, she ends up having to take care of her best friend's children. And so the story is really about Kala having to figure out how best to keep these 2 kids safe. That gets really complicated when all of a sudden an illegal smuggling group is like, oh, hey, by the way, you're our new doctor. So it gets complicated.
Absolutely. All right,
Okay.
so let's start the tag.
Ready to dive in?
Yes.
Okay. So question number 1. Which of your characters is so into the holidays that they nearly cause a streetwide power outage with their Christmas lights?
So I went with Bjark. My giant, and by giant I mean berserker-like. He's over 6 foot tall, which even for Vikings was huge. Big muscular warrior who's very much our little sweet cinnamon roll that we want to protect. But he is very, very much into Yule, which is what they celebrate this time of year, their midwinter celebration. And he loves to make people smile and get people excited for things. So if they had electricity, it would absolutely be him.
It would be
that
on
would
the
just
list.
blow it because, and I'm talking like Christmas Vacation type
Level.
of Christmas, Yule, everything. What about yours?
So for mine, I chose my main character, Kala, as well as her apprentice, Miriam. I chose Kala because she's kind of obsessed with being the best parent these kids can possibly have because she's not their real mom, and she feels a lot of guilt because she was babysitting them the night that everything went down. And so she's just like a little crazy about like, holidays will be amazing. And then Miriam, her apprentice, first of all, she just thinks Kala is like the coolest thing ever. I was going to say since sliced bread, but there's no sliced bread in my world. There's a lot of bread, though, actually. Kala, she thinks Kala is amazing, but also, like, she's had a really hard life, and because of that, she is, like, determined to, like, squeeze as much joy out of life as humanly possible.
Absolutely.
And so Miriam's just like, yay, holidays!
Question 2. Which character attends an office New Year's party with one date and goes home with someone else?
So for mine, it would have to be Sagane, who Sarah hasn't even met yet, but she is a member of the smuggling crew, but she's also, her main job is that she is a courtesan, and she doesn't say that she's a prostitute because she believes prostitutes are people that are pushed into it, and this is definitely a choice. It is her chosen profession, and she's real good at what she does. And so if she went to a party and she wasn't hitting it off with somebody, she'd just probably match them up with somebody else,
Yeah.
and then go find somebody that she's actually interested in.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What about yours?
So I went with Eva, and this one was hard because I don't have somebody that would be like rude about it.
Absolutely.
But Eva has a couple of people that she's interested in for the future, and Thora says you might as well date them both.
Yeah.
Why not both? So she might start the party with one and end the party with another because
Absolutely.
why not? Make it even.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would be in a polite way. I don't
Yeah,
think
like
she would
everybody
just
would
blow
be
off one.
on the up and up.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody would know what's going on. Okay, which character is more than happy to steal Hanukkah gelt from poor little children?
Which, if you don't know.
Oh, Hanukkah gelt are the little chocolate coins that you get at Hanukkah.
So, I went with Jarl Erland.
Yup.
Who also could have been the last answer because he has 2 wives. The first wife was not excited about the second.
Let's be real though, she's not excited about her husband either.
Yeah. So, but he also comes up later on.
Yes.
He would do it and then not even feel bad about it. He would eat the candy in front of the child, and yeah.
It would be his due.
And this is not the main character's father, Jarl. This is a different Jarl.
It's a different Jarl.
And he's not nice. We don't like him.
No. So for mine, I chose Denna, who is my sneaky little thief girl. And Denna would steal it just because she has grown up stealing for what she needs. And so she's the kind of person that really believes in survival of the fittest. So she'd be like, look, kid, if I can steal your gelt from you, then you obviously don't care about it enough to properly protect it from being stolen. So she's just real hard about it. She wouldn't eat it in front of them because she's not like flaunty about it, but she'd be like, well, yoink. Yoink.
Survival of the fittest. People.
Survival of the fittest.
Question number 4.
Okay.
Fill in the blanks. I saw character doing a whole lot more than blanking Santa Claus. They were full on blank.
Okay, so I chose my character Gwen for this. She is tall, she is gorgeous, she is buxom, and she is also one awesome fighter. And so her role in the smuggling crew is that she's the one that kind of like shows up to parties and shows off a little cleavage and like gets guys' attentions and then kicks their butt later in the evening. And so, I didn't even answer.
That's okay. if you give context.
Okay, so now we have context. So I said Gwen was doing a whole lot more than flirting with Santa Claus. They were full on wrestling. So Gwen is amazing. How about you?
Okay. I saw Haldor doing a lot more than warning Santa Claus. He was full on punching him for looking at Thora, the main character, the wrong way. Haldor feels very entitled to Thora. This is not something that is healthy. I'm going to throw that out there right away.
No.
It's in there to make a point of don't go for the guy who's like this, who's possessive and controlling. But he would. Santa would probably smile at Thora because he's Santa and he smiles at everybody, and Haldor would take it the wrong way, and yeah, so.
You can't be punching Santa Claus, guys.
You can't.
One of your characters decides to pregame before church and ends up passing out in the middle of service. Who is it?
Jarl Vidar. Thora's father, the Jarl. He is a holly jolly drunk Jarl who loves to feast. Their clan is doing very, very well for their small size, so they get to feast a lot. He loves to celebrate. He wouldn't do it as like a rude thing or anything like that. He would just be like, pass around the mead, pass around the ale. We are going to feast and then go to church, and I'll pass out, take a nap, and we'll feast some more.
And Odin will love it.
And Odin will love it. And it's going to be amazing. So, yeah, it would completely be Jarl Vidar because he loves to party.
Love it. So for me, it would be Anika. So not in the context necessarily of the story, because in the story she's super pregnant.
Super pregnant.
Super pregnant. But she's got like this like rough and tumble edge to her. So she is Gwen's wife. And she is just like, she'd just be like, y'all, let's go and pregame before church, and then it won't be so boring.
Right.
And then she'd totally pass out, and Gwen would be like, come on, Kara.
She'd be like Weekend at Bernie's.
She would.
Coming out of there.
She would. She would.
Oh my god. Okay. Question 6. Which character hasn't been seen since winter began because they refuse to deal with the snow?
Okay, so my character would be Matthias. He is a very introverted young man who is from like a culture that is considered very traditionally extroverted. And so people don't really get him a lot of the time when he like goes out and about in the world, but he's an amazingly gifted forger in that he's like really great with forging documents and paintings and really anything that you need copied exactly, which is really, really useful if you run a smuggling crew. So he just would want to stay in the hideout because it's cold outside, and winter's a great time for introverts to just hibernate.
I love hibernating in the winter.
Yeah.
We live in the Shire, where we get a ton of snow.
A ton.
Although not right now.
Actually,
Our
a
snow
lot of it's melted.
We had like one weird warm day that melted our 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's coming.
It is.
Winter is coming. Delayed.
But I am skiing, so I like winter.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so I chose Rook. Rook is Thora's raven. She named him when she was 6. I'll throw that out there. Yes, I do know raven, and crow are different, and Rook means crow. She was 6, okay?
It's confusing.
So it was confusing. So they live in a fictional Scandinavia, which is cold, and there's winter, and the fjords freeze, and they don't go raiding because it's winter time. So this was a really hard question because they have to
deal with it.
They have to deal with it. But Rook is getting old, and when he has to deliver a message in the winter, he kind of puffs up his feathers and has to be bribed in order to fly off with this message because he does not want to go in the cold.
That's right.
So Rook, if he had the choice, would stay by the fire.
Would stay home.
And not do it.
Fair. So, which character completely forgot about the holidays and ends up regifting to everyone?
Thora, my main character. She's so busy doing her task that everything else is just kind of over her head. And this actually happens. She's completely unprepared for one of their traditions, which was a tradition in her clan as well. So
she shouldn't be surprised.
She shouldn't be surprised. She's just very busy. So, Thora, as much as we love her, she's not paying attention to the holidays right now. She's got stuff to do.
She's got stuff going on. So I chose Vess, or Vesson, who is, he is a dirigible captain, but he is also from a different culture on the other side of the world where they kind of have a homogenous religion and government situation. And so he's used to when the holidays are coming up, or their holidays on that side of the world or whatever, there's like advertisements for weeks in advance, and there's like all of this stuff. And where Calla lives in the world, it's like there's a whole bunch of different cultures, and so everybody's celebrating different things at different times. So he would be completely caught off guard, and he'd be like, "Oh, here is the thing."
Thank you.
Just find something that he really cares about and give it to somebody else.
Oh, that's sweet though.
Yeah.
Question number 8. Which character has such crappy luck they only discover their potato allergy after picking out on latkes?
Okay, so it would have to be Briar, who is the oldest of the 2 kids that Calla adopted. She is 13 or 14, but let's just face it, poor girl has really bad luck. She lost her parents at 5. She's currently in the story super, super ill. She's a lovely person and really loves the holidays, so she would totally pig out, but it would 100% be her luck.
Poor thing. I went with Ingrid. So, Ingrid, I feel so bad for her. Bad I feel bad and I write her.
Yeah, you make bad
I
things
know,
happen to her.
I know. Bad things just keep happening to her, and I mean awful things. This would happen to her, and I think the people around her would really rally to help her,
Mm-hmm.
but it would happen to her.
It would. It would.
Hopefully she'd learn from it.
Yeah.
I hurt her so much.
Yeah.
Poor Ingrid.
We hurt Ingrid. Okay, so the Krampus has arrived to punish your bad characters.
Mm-hmm.
Which character is kinda into it?
Again, the jerk, Jarl Erland, because he doesn't think he's on the bad list.
Aha.
He'd be very excited for everyone else to be punished. He'd probably make it public.
Probably.
And then the Krampus would turn on him, and that is when he would realize that this is not enjoyable and go, oh, no, no, no. I'm the awesome Jarl. Everybody loves me. Nobody loves him. Nobody. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, it would be the bad Jarl.
Okay.
Like, very much. What about yours?
So for mine, it would be Servan, who is the leader of the smuggling crew, and she's just like really cold, and I can totally see her being into some like real like S&M like
Yes.
level stuff.
Safe words. People
Yes.
are important.
Very. I don't know if she'd honor them. She's heartless. She's like, yeah, she's a little dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, last
Okay.
question.
Last question, number 10. One of your characters should be on the naughty list that has convinced Santa to clear their name. Which character is it, and what was their means of persuasion?
Okay, so mine, I don't know the means of persuasion. I'm still trying to figure them out, honestly. But it's Arden, who I said that this story is about a woman named Calla, and it was supposed to be about a woman named Calla, and she was supposed to have this best friend, Arden, who also helped her care for the kids. And he's just so sneaky that, like, first he got his own viewpoint chapters, and now he's like the co-main character, and he's just like so funny that he's just so funny and lovable that I enjoy writing him. Everybody in our writing group loves reading him. That he's just like so sneaky that he's snuck in and he's like, oh hi, by the way, I'm the second main character, so you know. So
I love him.
That's what he would do to Santa.
He would.
Mhm.
He would. So I went with Kari. Kari is an 8-year-old in the story. Before the story begins, she had lost her mother to an illness. She kind of clings to Thora, the main character, who's maybe not quite old enough to be her mom.
Yeah,
but she's
probably
a very
not.
motherly figure to her. She trains her. She's there for her.
Yep.
And she likes to follow Thora around even when she's not supposed to. She's not exactly a rule follower, but she's so adorable. She melts your heart, and you really can't say no to her.
You really can't.
You really can't.
You really couldn't.
I really couldn't. They were like, she needs to be in it more. And I'm like, no, but the things that are going to happen, it's going to make it complicated. It's the perfect reason to have her in
That's the perfect reason.
And then I inserted her, and everything else that happened because of it worked out perfectly. We love Kari so much. Her means of persuasion would be to go up to Santa and bat her little eyes, and he'd go, I'm so sorry. I've made a mistake.
My dear.
How could you, my little sweet thing, ever be on the naughty list?
Never. Well, I think that's the end of our questions.
That is the end of our questions. So we're going to link Jenna's below if you guys want to play along. She also has her link for Tumblr that has all the original questions.
Yes.
So you can check it out.
And you can do it as well. We would
Absolutely.
love to see them.
We officially tag writers who want to play this tag.
Done.
All of you. And be sure to let us know if you do create one. We would love to watch it.
We'd love to watch it. And if you liked this video, we hope you'll drop us a like, subscribe if you want to see more from us, and you can ring the little bell icon if you want to see every time you upload. Yep.
Outros.
Right. You. Right.
Oh my god. Okay. And for in December, be sure to check out the Savior's Champion. Check it out. It's amazing. And we will see you guys next week with another video.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
woman named Kala, and she is both a magician. This is not a magician.
We're doing the bloopers.
We're
here, guys.
totally doing the
blooper
bloopers.
reel.
Okay. I'm not ready.
Number 4, fill in the blanks. I saw. Whoop. I think.
Yeah.
Closed. That's the question. We're gonna have a really full blooper. Okay. Anyways. Whew.
Okay, so one of your characters decides to pre-game.
Program.
Pre-game.
Okay. Oh my gosh. It's a screenshot, so I have the time. I'm like, how? It says 5:18 on my phone. I'm like, no. I got here at 10. I don't understand. I need caffeine when I get home. Okay. Question number 8. Which character has such crappy luck they only discover their potato allergy after picking out on Lacus? Lacus. God damn it. Did this yesterday. Last question, number 10. My thing pushed a button. I'm trying, people. It's here. Okay. From an illness. So she kind of clings.
It keeps going. Earlier, when I was getting ready, it was like feedbacking, so it like was making this crazy, intricate song. I thought we had like actually changed the clock, but no, it was just like in a feedback loop, and I was like, whoa, this is gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
We had just created like a round, basically. Oh, is it noon? Yeah, so it's gonna go on forever.
11.
It's 11.
It's
I
11.
can tell time.
Woo! I was like, I haven't been here 2
See?
hours.
It's 11.
It's 11. It's right there. Why?
I don't know, because I forgot to hit record. Okay, so
I just made all these cute faces for the thumbnail. And
it didn't work. It didn't happen. Okay, come on, focus. Listen,